Good morning. It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers again. Welcome to episode 14 of my free Craftsman LT1000 lawn tractor. It took me about 8 episodes to rebuild the engine and a bunch of other episodes to get it to where it is today. I appreciate a lot of my subscribers, especially the regular ones, for giving me great advice and ideas. You know, sometimes when you work by yourself, you need another person or 2 or 3 or 5 or 12 to, you know, that deal with the same things that you do and are, you know, experts, if you will, in certain troubleshooting cases, right? So thank you guys very much for all the advice. Just wanted to answer a few subscribers' questions really quickly. John Pruss, turning wrenches. On this one over here, it looks like it's off the bead, right? But remember, it had that bicycle tire in there, right? And so when it loses a little bit of air in the winter time, right, because of the air, you know, the pressure of the air, it always comes off the bead. I mean, I almost didn't want to put these tires on here. If I can get these tires to fit on my snowblower, it'd be great, and maybe I'll put some regular tires on there. But what I need is inner tubes. I've got like 20 wheels that are, you know, dry rotted or have slow leaks and cracks in them. That inner tube would fix all those things, but inner tubes are kind of expensive, you know, $6 or $7 for the front ones and about $9 for the rear ones over at Harbor Freight. Those dudes over at Pro Parts Direct, they promised me some inner tubes. They never sent it to me. They're supposed to be my sponsor, but they haven't been very good. You guys send out an email or Instagram on Pro Parts Direct and tell them, hey, when are you sending Henry over at Mowers and Blowers those inner tubes? I bet you if like a lot of subscribers started texting them or Instagramming them, right? They may say, oh man, we forgot to give Henry those inner tubes. I don't want to kind of bug them, you know what I'm saying? But if my subscribers did, maybe that'll help. Tell them to send me some goddamn inner tubes, man. Thank you. Anyway, so today, my episode 14. Oh, and incidentally, I want to do a shout out to Dan Charbonneau, who pointed out to me that, remember that episode that I talked about the Chinese lucky number 8, right? And then there's the unlucky number of 4, and the Americans, lucky 13. Well, actually, it was episode lucky 13 that I got that engine running great with the magneto fix, right? So there's something to that too. Thanks, Dan, for your loyal following as well as always commenting. Charbonnet. That's French, yeah? Oui, oui, oui. Today I'm going over to Larry and Bob's house to pick up a generator that they have. He's had it for a while. I believe he might be the original owner. It has the updraft Briggs carburetor that he said he cleaned because they've been trying to get it started for a while, but they haven't been able to do it. So they cleaned the updraft flow jet type one-piece carburetor, you know, the old style. But he said this is not getting any spark. So he whipped out the magneto and he showed it to me, and it looks like a points magneto. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. I told him just get rid of that points magneto and put a regular one on, the new one, right? And it'll start. He's like, he doesn't want to mess with it, so he's giving the generator to me to mess with. So I'm going to go over to his house to get it. In addition, he needs some stuff. He needs some carb clean, which I'm going to bring him. And he loves Seafoam. I received a small little shipment from Seafoam back in a while, but I actually haven't used any of the Seafoam before because Lucas Oil hooked me up with all the stuff that I really need, you know. So I've got like this Seafoam. I don't know exactly what this does. Seafoam high mileage motor treatment. I don't know. Anyway, I'm giving this to him because I don't need it, you know. And he also wanted some R-clips for his mower deck. When he said R-clips, I didn't really know exactly what that was. I'm like, what is an R-clip, you know? And he's like, oh, it's for the decks. I'm like, oh, you mean cotter pins? He's like, no, cotter pins are straight and you got to spread them out. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I got plenty of cotter pins. And he thought that I had plenty of R pins. And I said, I don't think I have any R pins. I think I used them all for my decks. He's like, oh. Then I just went to look. He needs 8 R clips. Guess how many I had? 8! So I'm giving him all my R clips because you know why? He's hooked me up with stuff I'm gonna hook him up whatever he needs. You know what I mean? That's just how we do things. It's a little bit of quid pro quo, huh? Anyway, so listen, I need to find a. He needs a Briggs & Stratton magneto. While I have plenty of those, right? They're all for lawnmowers. You guys know the Briggs & Stratton's magnetos. They look alike, right? But if you compare a small push mower magneto compared to a, let's say, a flathead or an overhead valve single cylinder magneto from a lawn tractor, that's Briggs & Stratton, right? The flywheel on the lawn tractor is much bigger in diameter. Therefore, the contact point from the magnet to the magneto, there's an angle to how the diameter of the round flywheel is. So it's spread out a little bit more for a lawn tractor, but it's a little bit more like this for a push mower. So a push mower magneto is not going to match up perfectly to the diameter of a bigger flywheel. So therefore, what he needs for his, I think he said like 18 horsepower, whatever, he needs one for that. But the 17, 16, 13, 12, they will all work on that, you know. Problem is, I don't think I have any. But I'm going to go look at my box of parts and see if I can find some. I'll bring him some magnetos and we can compare, you know, because I think 5-Speed Ash gave me a crap load of magnetos, but I think they're all push mower ones. It's a cold day today, really cold. It's like 31 or something like that. As you guys know from my neighbor, there is no longer a tree there. Problem is, those dudes got like wood chips all over my yard. And branches and stuff all over the place, man. I mean, honestly, you know, I mean, I'm happy that, you know, my solar panels now are going to get 100% sunlight, but honestly, they really made a mess out of my yard, you know, and, well, not that I really upkeep my yard so well. But who's going to clean this stuff? Me? So I'm bringing him all my magnetos. I found about 8 of them. I'm going to try them all at his house. Off to Larry and Bob's area. It's cold. Hey! So I'm over here at... Okay, you ready for this? Bob wants to be called Bobby now. So he's Bobby. Hey, so we're over here at Bobby and Larry's house. I don't know, the ring doesn't sound as good as it used to. Like Larry and Bob, it's just like Bob Larry and Bob.
Stick with Larry and Bob. Bob and Larry.
Bobby! Bobby and Larry. Anyway, so I just pulled up, well, I couldn't get up his hill. He's got this really steep hill, so Larry had to back it in for me. Anyway, so this is a Dyt4000. As you guys remember, I had a 6-episode thing about the Dyt4000 stators and all that stuff, but this one is a little bit older, I think, because the lights are a little bit different, but it's a nice tractor. Why don't you guys tell me about how you got this, or tell our viewers in TV land?
Okay, this is a 2004, and I had to travel a little bit, but there was a part that I had left in Yorktown, and this was 15 minutes away, and make a long story short...
Wait, what's 15 minutes away?
The part that I had left in Yorktown was
Yorktown? Yorktown's like...
about an hour and a half.
Yeah. So Yorktown is upstate New York?
Yeah, it's off the thruway and whatnot, right?
So it's kind of a hike. Did you have to take the Cross Bronx Expressway?
Yeah, we took the Cross Bronx, right, Bobby? and it's the worst road, right?
Completely the worst.
Oh my God!
Any of you guys ever visit New York? Avoid. I don't know. You want to say avoid, but can you avoid it? Is there another way? Bruckner sometimes, right?
Henry,
Whitestone.
Going and coming, piece of cake. Piece of cake.
Get the hell out of here! There's no traffic on the Cross Bronx?
No. No.
Bridge, no traffic on the bridge.
They're lying. There's no way. All right, go ahead. So Yorktown.
So I saw this on Letgo. Triple bagger, deck, plow.
Oh, plow?
Wheel weights.
Nice.
This, that, the other thing. Running, driving, blah, 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 right? And it was dirty. Guy wanted $285 for it.
He
That's
said
a
he
pretty
would,
good deal, actually, if you think about it. You know,
he
there's
said he would clean it up before we got there.
wow. I mean, with a plow, deck, triple bagger, DYT4000 is like one of the top of the line models that Craftsman made back then. You know, 285. I mean, running and driving.
Yeah, so I'm like, no brainer, and it was 15 minutes from where I had to go get my other part that I had left in Yorktown.
Oh, so you were up in Yorktown for like a job or something?
No, I had picked up another garden tractor, plow.
How'd you pick all that shit up in your van?
I had one other time.
Oh, wow, you drove up there twice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But both times I made 2 trips.
Oh, I see.
When I got the garden tractor with the plow and the wheel weights and the chains and the dump cart and the aerator, I got that whole package. What did I get? 2 1/4.
But it was all in there.
Running, driving, good. You know, it's nice. It's in my backyard. If you want to see it later, don't get jealous.
I might get jealous.
You might get jealous. But the guy forgot the tailgate to the dump cart, and we were going about a half hour away to go get a bagging system, a dual bagging system, hard bin, for $60, right? So it's worth my trip.
Damn it.
What?
Pay $60 for a bagging system. They'll pay almost $300 for a tractor. How much can you? Oh. What did you pay for it? So tell me the story. Hurry up, man.
I'm trying to get to it. If you'd let me talk,
All right,
damn it.
you're right. I'm sorry.
So where was I? Okay. So I get up there, and it's in his garage. It's garage, you know. So we do this. Nothing, right? Pull it out to my van. Try to jump start it. Nothing, right? So then I open up the hood, and I'm trying to spin the top, and it's locked.
Okay, but didn't the guy tell you though that it was
Running,
and
driving,
driving?
yes.
And the dude didn't try it out before you came all the way to get it?
That's right.
He obviously knew you were
said-
coming far away, right?
He said it was a dead battery.
Yeah, he said it was a dead battery.
Old guy?
No, young kid.
Yeah.
Kid?
5.
Well, not too young.
You really don't like to mess with little kids. They don't really know anything. They don't tell you stuff.
Right.
There's a kicker to this, though, when he took that
So the
drive.
top is locked, right?
Boy.
So I'm like, did you seize this engine or something? She's like, no, you know, he seemed honest enough. He's like, no, I backed it in. It was running. That it must have been sitting for a while. So I was like, oh, do you mind? I want to take the engine cover off because the starter wasn't engaging, and it looked like a little cruddy. So I thought maybe the starter was just frozen. We take the engine cover off, free the engine right up, but the starter's not engaging. So I'm like, dude, man, I came a long way for this thing. It was supposed to be running, driving, blah, 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 and he
Time out.
Oh, time
What
out.
about that patch right where there was after you took that cover off?
Oh, okay. Tell him, Bob.
No, it's your story.
I want to try to keep the video under an hour, fellas.
So, take the engine cover off. The biggest friggin' mouse nest you've ever seen.
And of course,
Dude,
you
it was
don't
like-
have a picture of it, huh?
No, it was like 6 by 6 by 6 packed, right?
Wow.
So I'm like, holy crap! What is this? And the guy's stunned. He's like, oh my god! I'm like, so he goes to take the whole thing out with his hand, and I'm like, what are you nuts, man? Don't touch that stuff.
You'll get hantavirus.
Exactly.
You heard of hantavirus?
Absolutely.
Oh.
We're not as dumb as you think, okay? He thinks we're Long Island rednecks or something.
There are rednecks in Long Island,
We
for
kind of
sure.
are.
Oh, shit.
So, watch your mouth, man. This
Oh,
is
sorry.
This is a Christian channel.
That was entirely covered from up here all the way down to here.
Yeah, it was packed. It was nice. It was actually looked nice.
You
It was
couldn't
so
even
good.
see the coil. You couldn't see the cable.
Did you get a mouse?
So no. So
Oh, you see, you hit the jackpot when you can get a mouse.
Nah, they're never in there.
I know.
They leave.
I know. I've had like I don't know, tons of them, but I only had like 2 mice.
They
in my
must have
whole
raised
life.
his rent and he split or something.
Right?
So anyway,
How about a
the
shredded
starter,
mouse?
the starter was locked.
Oh,
right.
uh-huh.
So I'm crying the blues. I'm like, man, I just came all this way. It's supposed to be running, driving, blah blah blah. And he's like feeling bad, and I'm like praying on it,
And
So
I
we'll
just
cut
left.
to the chase, Henry.
I just left.
I
with
tell
the
him,
idea that he's not going to buy it. I'm getting in the car. Let's get the F out of here.
Yeah, Bobby's like, he's not
It's
getting
not
it.
worth it.
The guy had the manual. He had some paperwork. So Bobby's handing me the paperwork back in the car. He thinks we're leaving.
Right.
I'm like, no, keep it. I bought it. He's like, you bought it? I go, yeah. He goes, how much? I said, $75.
Okay.
Ba-boom.
You got this for $75?
Yes.
For $75.
How did it go down from $285 to $75 just like
Because
that?
it didn't run. Who knew about the engine? You know, yada yada yada.
We fairly tried to start it. We
Yeah.
really did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you think you could have gotten it lower?
I don't.
Like if he said 75, what if you said, no, I mean, that's a good price, but I'll give you 50. It was worth a try. I mean, you know, all you
I
can do
don't
is say
know.
no.
I think
jump
fair
down.
is fair. You know, like I don't try to beat people up.
Ah, screw fair. It's whatever you get it for.
All right. So, but it was dirty. I just went over it with water and a rag. I didn't go nuts on it yet. I blew it out a little bit. But last night I freed up the starter, but it's crunchy in there, and it's not really, you know,
I think it should be switched out.
like it's crunchy. You know.
Oh, but the gear is not touching the flywheel, and yet you're turning it, and it's just clicking.
Yeah, like I said, it's crunchy.
I'll have to tell you. Oh, you're talking about the starter's crunchy.
Yeah.
Well, honestly,
You move
that
it.
sound, your solenoid's busted.
No, because I have got it to spin.
Oh, have you got it to go like that?
Just for
Not
split
that much,
second.
but it has engaged and tried to turn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, did you try tightening the cables onto the solenoid tighter? Because if it's a bad contact or it's loose, it'll mimic the sound of a bad solenoid, which that sounds like. Like when it clicks like that, click, 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 that's a bad solenoid. If it goes, then that's a bad battery.
If it goes what? What's that sound?
If it
I
goes,
was,
that's a bad battery. If it goes click, 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 it's a bad solenoid. But sometimes if you tighten the 7/16, not with that thing, but if you tighten the 7/16,
Check.
oh, the solenoid's over there.
It's you hear that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what that is, man?
Crunch.
Well, yeah, but it's because your magnets inside the starter are cracked, and that the magnet is stuck to the coils.
Yeah.
And that's what the crunchiness is. It's that the magnets are cracked.
it does have a.
So basically, what am I saying? Your starter is done.
Not this one.
We could switch it.
Yeah, that'll work. Is that a Briggs?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, that'll work.
It's almost identical. Bitch. Besides working my butt over.
So it looks like the magnets are I mean, this is what I'm thinking from the symptoms. So I think the magnet is cracked inside the starter. He has another. Where'd you get the other starter from? You just had it.
$15. I bought it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
and it works.
maybe we'll swap out that starter and try to get this thing fired up. I think that would be great if we could get it started up.
I think
Yeah.
it'll start right up.
Yeah. No, it's easy to take that starter off. It's
Yeah.
just 2.
7/16. Half inch.
Might be half inch. I forget.
I mean, it's a
I think-
Torx in there too.
Yeah, it's a Torx. As a matter of fact, the only way to get it out was a long Torx because the wrench won't won't
Right.
let you get it in there.
Right.
And then just removing the 7/16 starter wire off the thing, and boom. Hopefully, let's try to get this thing started. But first, we're gonna go into Larry's backyard. Oh, by the way, so this is a generator that Larry had for a while. Were you the first owner of it? I think you told me.
Yeah, my mom had bought it probably 25, 30 years ago.
Anyway, so he said
Very
it
low hours on
ran and everything until it didn't run, and he never got around to it. It's the updraft single one-piece flow jet carburetor. You guys cleaned that carburetor out, right?
He did. Bobby did.
Bob cleaned out the carburetor.
Not Bob. Bobby.
Bobby. He said that there was no spark. This is the magneto from it.
Yeah,
It's the older one, and you could see that there's some charring there and some meltage. Charring and meltage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is a points magneto. Maybe not. But either way, they went and bought a brand new one, and you put it on, and it still wouldn't work.
Right.
But you didn't check to see if there was spark from this.
No.
That's really odd. Anyway, so he doesn't want it anymore. He's given it to me, so I'm gonna take this home and it'll go into my queue of a lot of projects. But thank you very much. We'll,
Hey, I give you good stuff, man.
Yeah, you do.
I don't give you bags of shit.
Yeah, you do. Okay, lead the way. Let's go see your stuff. You know, you need a lawn back here.
No,
You
I
don't-
like the beach.
Is it all sand, really?
It's all sand.
Ooh. Interesting. Troy built and the gray LT2000. I like the gray ones.
That's the one I got from the kid.
Oh, right. Oh, so here, let's tell a story about this one. So, the kid wanted how much for this? 200? Well,
150 bucks.
200, then he went down to 150. The kid actually told me that I actually saw this on Facebook or something like that, and he actually told me the transmission was busted. So he wouldn't go under 150 anyway, so I didn't want it. But then I found out later on that Larry went and bought it. And then when he showed me the picture of it, I'm like, hey, did you get that from wherever it was, right? And he goes, yeah. And I says, you know that has a bad transmission, right? He's like, no, he didn't tell me that. Anyway, has a bad transmission. But
not anymore.
But he didn't. You didn't pay 150 for it, right?
No, he wanted 150 with no deck. Remember?
Oh yeah, because you wanted to sell the deck separately.
Separately.
Yeah. So what'd you pay for it?
With the deck, I gave him $100.
Oh, okay, that's worth it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so $100. This with the deck, it's a pretty good deal. But he found out the tranny was busted, so I was kind of pissed at the kid for getting one over on my friend Larry. You know what I'm saying? So I was giving the kid a little bit of a business, like I'm going to send the Chinese triads to your house and AK-47 your entire family. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm not like that.
No. I
Anyway.
mean, in all honesty, it didn't start. So I said, listen, I don't even know if this thing drives. I took it as is. You know, I took the chance. And I had a transaction.
Right. So he was lucky he had another transaxle, so he put that in here. Says it smooths out, but he just clean the carb. It probably just needs a carb clean. That's all. Smooth right out. So it did smooth out after 30 seconds to a minute or so, and I told him that it's probably because you have like some kind of sediment inside the bowl. So if you just took the bowl off, did it quick and dirty, rinsed it out, it wouldn't surge at all, even at startup.
So that's the deck I rebuilt too.
Nice, man. Lights are working and everything.
You would kill for an engine like that.
I would. I mean, I have a shortage of engines, man. $100 for that. Well, as it turned out, you had to swap the transmission, but nevertheless, $100 for that, still a good deal.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I spent probably between the deck and some other shit, like a day. You know.
Last time I was here, Larry didn't have this thing. This is a 8x10?
10 by...
Anyway, he got it at Harbor Freight. This is not a Shelter Logic one. Do you mind telling them how much you paid?
It was on sale for $159 or something.
$159. He says it's not waterproof? What are you, crazy?
No, it's
How can it
not.
not be waterproof? It is.
No, I mean the roof leaks. It doesn't leak, but
Well, where does it leak?
it's porous. It's not 100% water.
In a heavy rain, you will see water on your tractors.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. You mean so it seeps through here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through the material?
Yeah.
don't think it's supposed to
Out of
be.
here, really?
And I should have got the bigger one. I should have got the 10 by 17. This is 10 by...
I know. It's deceiving because you think it looks big, but then...
I only got 3 tractors in there.
Man, you actually put your tractors in here. All LTs? You got...
Yeah.
That's a good one there. That one over there. That's a good one. You could tell by the hood. It's a more later model, right? Then you got the cube one over there, right?
Look what that guy did with that one up the front.
Holy
He
sh...
MacGyverized the goddamn
That's the one with
battery.
the battery case in the back. And...
Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, you got a cube one there. Hey, do you have a hood for that?
Yeah.
Oh, good. The square one, right?
I think it's right there. No.
You got the round one for that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Look at how many bins this guy has. How many bins you got over there, bro?
This is the hood for this one.
Larry, how many bins over there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Holy
6, 7,
cow.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got about eight systems.
That's incredible.
This thing, I don't know if it'll start right now. Maybe not. I think it might be out of gas or whatever. It's a good running engine, man. Real good.
All right, so out of these 3, how many are ready to be sold?
That one.
That's nice. And you're gonna sell it with a bagger, right?
If I get the price. If not, I take the bagger off.
So I could lift from here. You should be able to.
All right. Now we're loading this huge generator here. Not everybody watch your back, huh? Wait. If we grab it here and we can only lift it that high, shouldn't we get it on the bottom? Get it on the bottom? Or no? All right, you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh, it's not bad with 3 guys. That was nothing. That was nothing. I thought it was gonna be back-breaking work, but that was nothing.
Oh, there it goes.
So we're in the backyard of Bobby's house.
Bobby?
A lot of property. If it was me, I would cut all those trees down and have a nice big plush lawn. Here we have Bobby's hoard. Got the beige looking LT1000. Is that an LT2000 it's called, or is it an LT1000?
It's a sale. It's a 1000.
Oh, it is?
It's a twin.
Opposed twin?
Yep.
Because you got the V twin. No shit! That's a good video. Right?
Wait, let's.
Oh my god.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
How's your pride? Hurt?
No, I'm gonna keep this on. Are you kidding?
No, is your
This
pride
is no, it's okay. I'm gonna need a new tailbone. So who put that there? Oh, what was I saying before I took a tumble?
We're talking about his
LT1000s.
I think it's a 21.5 horse.
Oh, that's a good motor.
Does this operate with your trail cam on it?
That's Larry and Bobby's homemade trailer. It's got a camera on the back for what again?
Well, the deer like to come and feed over here.
The deer?
About 3, 4 deer.
No kidding. You mean the same 3 deer or different deer?
No, after a while they recognize the markings. They feed in this area.
So let me ask you this: what's the camera for?
It just records them coming around.
And then what happens?
When I take the chip out of there and I put it on my computer.
So you can watch the deer?
Yes. It records
He likes deer.
30 seconds at a time.
Oh.
I like tractors. He likes deer.
I like watching deer.
You know the deer, they like to eat acorns, right?
Yep.
Apples.
Well, you should have told me. I have an acorn tree in front of my house, remember?
These are all acorn trees.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Well, did they fall a lot this year?
Nope.
No, they started and then they stopped.
A little bit. Impact gun.
So it's colder than hell. I don't even know if I want to work on my deck today, but I'll try. Oh, and I'm out of kerosene, so I got to go to Home Depot on the way home and get some kerosene. Because you know what? Walmart didn't have any kerosene, even though they advertised that they did. Anyway, what we're going to do in a little while, we got to go into the garage and warm up a little bit. we're going to try to get this thing started today because we're going to swap out that starter over here.
So that one I can use a ratchet on, and this one would be, I have to use the Torx on it. But I don't even know if I can get that thing in there.
Do you have 2 7/16 wrenches?
Oh. Yeah, I got
You have to have one that's kind of like grinded down and thin for the inner one.
No, I don't have.
Well, you're not going to be able to get that one in the inner nut. You know what there, Larry? You're a nut.
So we're inside his garage. His garage is closed because it's really cold outdoors. Brought the lawn tractor in his garage, or like they say in England, garage. Garage. And he's got this, what do you call this? Direct targeted heat, whatever dish thing. He bought it for $10, brand new in the box at a garage sale. And you know what, man? It really heats up the place pretty well. Larry, you don't mind me taking video in your garage, do you?
It's a little late to be asking me, isn't it?
I've only got one direction. Anyway, so this is his garage. It's not as big as mine, but it's does the job. He's got 2 extra engines there. Hey, he's got 2 extra engines. Extra. I know, I'm dating myself.
Hey, Larry, do you need any help?
Yeah, sure, Henry. You can hold my nut. How's that?
You're a nut.
Okay.
All right.
So where's the other starter?
The other starter's right here.
Thank you, George.
You're welcome. What you going to do with this broken one, then?
I'm going to mess with it.
You've got to take it apart, right? And you're going to see that one of the magnets of the 3, there's 3 magnets in there. You're going to see that one of them, one of them is cracked, and it's stuck to the coil, which is the reason why you hear that grinding sound. So I was telling Larry that the stator wire needed to go under the clip before he put that on, right? And so he was wearing these gloves, so he couldn't do it. And I took my little Chinese hands in there. I figured I could get it in better. But as soon as I was about to do that, I looked at the flywheel and it's metal. Then I looked at the original starter and it had a metal gear on it. I looked at the new starter I was about to install and it had a plastic gear on it. And I says, that's not going to work. So Larry actually has an older starter, right? That starter is bad. Or do you not know if it's bad or not?
This one?
Yeah. Or is that a perfectly good starter that we're...
This might be a perfectly good starter.
Well then why screw with that when you can take the one that's bad with the metal gear and take that one off?
Yeah, right?
Oh, but you know what? You have to take that off anyway, because that's the plastic one. You have to take that off anyway.
So, oh yeah, okay, this is the one with the metal gear. This one came off the Franken tractor in the backyard.
And it doesn't work?
It kind of does.
You know, somebody
Well, if that...
to loosen that nut.
Well, if it kind of does, then leave that alone. Get the one that you know doesn't work, that has a metal gear, and take it off that one. Right?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to swap gears, because you can't have the metal one, you can't have the plastic ring gear on a metal flywheel, because it'll chew it up with time. So we just spent about 15 minutes or so getting both of these stupid brown clips off. It's a pain. It took 3 of us to do it. So look, this is the good starter with the plastic gearing. This is the broken starter, the one that was on here, right?
Yeah.
So look.
Are they the same?
They are the same.
That one looks shorter.
There's the cap there. Why? Okay.
Spring, gear.
Look.
Wonder spring looks different place.
It is. And I'll tell you what. This here is on wrong. This has to go like that.
Okay.
This has to be upwards. Okay?
Good to know.
Here's the ring gear. And this, I believe,
Is okay.
I'm trying to remember.
See, even this.
See, no. See, this is right.
Right,
See?
because the it's up.
The orientation is up. Wait, which one is the good one?
This is the good one. The crunchy looking one is the one that came off of it. I like the word crunchy.
So this is the
One that you want.
the one that we want. Put it on this one. Oh, wait a minute. This one goes clockwise to take off. Counterclockwise to put on. That's right, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
It has to spin a certain way on the edge and to come back up.
Yep.
Make sure you put that clip upside down.
You see how that was?
Yeah.
Should we use this one or that one? Which one looks better?
Yeah,
Well, this one
looks
looks
like
clean,
plastic though. Is that plastic? Or that
Is
metal?
it plastic?
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
And you see?
it works nice.
Yeah, because the spring wants to push it back down. You need a little penetrating earl.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
got,
so should we use this one or the other one?
I don't know. Doesn't matter, does it?
Either way, it's a pain in the balls to get in there. Let me stop the video before I go over an hour again.
How about
Now we're gonna put this thing on here.
The other side.
Oh, you don't have the round kind?
Box end.
You have any sockets, bro? Bring me that whole socket tray, man.
right up there?
Broski, ski of broage.
Those are all too big, I think. Maybe that last one, but that's probably too big too.
Yeah.
I see there. Got a hammer.
Now he wants a hammer.
I thought I put the extension on it.
I'll give you a hammer.
Taking
You
50.
sons of bitches. Oh, you know what? This will work. This will work.
But you still need something to tap it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tap that.
Want to put this on?
No, I want a hammer. No, I want a hammer. Would you get that out of there? Larry, get that out of there. Pull it out.
It's stuck.
Sons of bitches.
Henry, you're gonna lose the thing. It's gonna go flying and we'll never find it.
You're gonna break it!
You
See, look.
Make
See
sure
this
that
socket?
shit
It
doesn't
fits
go-
on there. You see that? Look, it goes right on there, right?
Okay, okay.
So if you just bang it, it'll go in.
Henry,
It might work if you had a
Henry, you're
hammer.
gonna hit your hand.
I think
I
that
think it went in
did. Oh,
Hey,
You go all
you
the way.
are good.
badass.
Did it go all the way in?
That's what she said. All right, we're not getting anything done. We're having too much fun.
Can I tell a dirty joke?
No.
Tractor with 4 flats and no hood.
So we got the starter on there, and we're gonna give it a crank and see if it works.
What do you think? What are the odds?
I say 70% confidence.
70%.
Here, let me hold that for you.
I say 69, just because I'm a pervert.
Hold on. You got this cloth sitting here.
That's supposed to go in the carburetor.
Carburetor?
Well,
That's not important.
Not at all.
All right, go ahead. So see if it cranks. Does it crank?
All right. What do you think, Bob?
No way.
No way.
Why not?
Well, Henry did it, so it's like a
Then
40.
Oh, shut up and crank it.
Ready?
Better
Go.
chance.
Yeah!
Nice.
Told you.
Nice.
Told you.
Now.
When Henry does it, he knows what he's doing. It's not like Hank did it.
So we saw that it cranked, and I just said, you know what? Let's just try and start it without any starter fluid. Just see.
Yeah?
Go. Wait a minute. Do you have to choke it?
What's the
No,
choke?
no choke. No, there's no choke. There's no. There is choke?
Well, all the way up is
Oh yeah, go ahead. Holy shit!
Are you kidding me?
Holy shit!
How much did I pay for this thing?
$40?
75 bucks.
$75. Holy cow. Dude, it ran good.
This is the rat.
Started right up, man.
This-
Holy shit. So that was the only problem with it, right? Was that the starter was jacked.
Yeah.
That was the only reason?
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what? I hate lucky SOBs like you and Nick from Medford.
What did
man.
I say? He's
always
gonna be
get
so jealous. He's
I
gonna be so jealous.
I admit it.
Well, you know what the problem is,
I'm
Henry?
pretty jealous.
Because you don't want to pay for it.
I know, and then what happens? I end up spending a lot of money for parts to get it going anyway.
And hours upon hours.
Yeah, but look, in all fairness, though, you didn't know this thing was going to start up just from a starter change.
I kind of trusted the guy. He only looked like a meth head because his teeth were short and black and stuff. So, and he was like 28 years old.
That's funny.
But he was a nice guy. He was.
Anyway, so today came over to Bob and Larry's. Actually, sorry, Bobby and Larry's.
Bobby.
And they just picked this up yesterday, and we figured out that the starter wasn't starting. And so combined effort, you know, the three of us, we removed the starter. We changed the ring gear on it from a plastic one to a metal one from another starter that he had lying around that we don't know if it works or not. But either way, we got the right ring gear on the starter, put the starter back on, and it cranked. And then we just kept on cranking after Larry put it up on choke and started right up. And honestly, we think that that's the only thing wrong with that was the starter, you know. So he just got this Dyt4000 lawn tractor, triple bagger, deck, plow.
No, I didn't get the plow. I didn't want it.
Oh, well, it has the plow bracket on it.
Yeah, anybody want a plow bracket?
The plow bracket's worth money. Actually, I think Nick from Medford needs that. Maybe you could trade him a
deck?
He could trade him a bracket for a deck. Nick needs a bracket.
Nick needs a bracket.
Larry needs a deck.
Nick, you need a bracket.
Nick has decks, but he needs one bracket. I know he does. You know why? Because he's got
you know what, Nick?
plows.
I'll say you are the president of Crackers with Tractors.
There you go.
If we do that trade.
Yeah. So we fixed his Dyt4000 today with just a starter gear fix. You know what I mean? Starter fix, basically, replacement.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time on mowers. Oh, you guys.
Well, you didn't cue us, man.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Thank you, Henry.
You're welcome. Man, can you believe I spent 3 hours at Bob and Larry's? Incredible. I'm going to go pick up some kerosene fuel because Walmart didn't have any. I'm over here at the snowblower section. Just checking out what they got here. SnowTech 20. Toro Power Max. That has the patented no clog chute. If I was a buyer for a new machine, I would try that. Because they said this never clogs from heavy slush, which is what we've been getting lately. Well, lately we haven't been getting anything, but when we do get it, it's heavy slush. SnowTech 20. Arians. Arians Deluxe 30. Power Smart. Completely Chinese. Cub Cadet 2X. Troy Built 26. Troy Built 24. Another Power Max. Crap Ego Electric. See, this is it. This is the selection of snowblowers they have now at Home Depot. Well, I'm surprised that there's any at all, because we have gotten zero snow. It's almost February. Here in New York, you don't think about mowing your lawn because it's cold, so that's why there's nothing here. A couple of John Deeres, a Cub Cadet, Troy Built, John Deere E100, E160, time cutter. That's the extent of their lawn machines. That's the extent of their snowblowers. What a joke. This is the extent of their lawnmowers. 4 machines. If any of you guys are using Roundup, stop using it right now. It causes cancer. There's a lawsuit. Billions. While Walmart did not have 1 jug of kerosene, looky here what I got. A 1K heater fuel, kerosene. Larry wouldn't believe me, but there you go. 1 gallon, $11. So I got my kerosene. Larry gave me an old can of this dark hunter green from Rust-Oleum. He says that that's the closest you're going to get to the Craftsman tractors in color. I also bought another can of 98-cent Quick Colors in case. And he told me to borrow his spray grip for these spray cans. He said that they make painting much easier. So I went and bought my own. Thank you, Larry. How am I going to get this out of my van by myself without hurting myself? Hey guys, support my channel. Buy a sticker. Also, follow me on Instagram at mowersblowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on the next one. Have a great day.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.